Going on? What's going on? What it do? Back up in this thing for another video. About to react to Cracker Barrel real quick, man. Heard these folks tripping out here. Let's see.
Homestyle cooking brings family together.
Cracker Barrel is known for its comfort, from its food to its country charm. Many finding it a throwback to a simpler time. But this morning, the company making another effort to look forward, unveiling a new logo that's causing a stir for loyal fans of the beloved Southern.
Now Cracker Barrel. Y'all know y'all dead wrong. What kind of logo is that? That ain't no logo. You ain't got the barrel on there. You ain't got no man on there. Nothing. Just Cracker Barrel. Come on now.
chain, overhauling the iconic logo. Missing Uncle Hershel, the man in overalls who's been a fixture since the 1970s. And, well, the barrel. In its place, a simpler, more modern design the company says calls back to its 1969 roots. The rebrand is part of a $700 million transformation meant to bring in younger diners. But the change isn't sitting well with some diners.
This is terrible.
What happened to Grandpa?
What happened to Grandpa? We want Grandpa sitting on the chair. What is this, Cracker Barrel? Y'all, hey, black people deserve free food for 5 years for this. Or 10, or 8, it don't matter. Something like that. It's crazy.
Or the markets. Shares of Cracker Barrel plunged 12% Thursday, shedding $94 million in market value, one of the company's worst single-day declines in years. The redesign has also included revamped interiors.
We got all new lighting, new seating, new tables and chairs.
Dark wood and busy walls.
Cracker Barrel. Y'all think people come to Cracker Barrel for the new furniture? You think, oh, I'm so hungry. Let me see what new furniture they got. No, I'm hungry. I just want the good food.
Out in favor of lighter paint, clean lines, and farmhouse vibes. A move Cracker Barrel says is meant to feel lighter, brighter, and more welcoming. Its CEO outlining the changes last year.
Our goal is to take what people love about Cracker Barrel.
Do y'all see their CEO? And y'all expect the food to have some seasoning? Do you see their CEO? And you expect them to have some type of seasoning? That's crazy. I expect the food to be bland, very bland.
And open the aperture a little bit so that more people love Cracker Barrel. So we want to appeal to all generations.
But now it's even sparking political backlash, some calling the redesign woke, drawing critics like the president's son. The company says only 30 of its 660 stores are getting the full makeover, and despite the new branding, the iconic rocking chairs and gift shops are here to stay. Saying in a statement to the AP, our values haven't changed, and Uncle Hershel remains front and center in our restaurants and on our menu.
Uncle Hershel? What white man you ever heard of Herschel? Only Herschel I know is Herschel Walker. He sure wasn't sitting on no porch with no fried. Yeah, nah, that ain't it. Nope.
With all restaurant chains hoping to attract younger customers in a difficult economy, Cracker Barrel stirring the pot.
I go into Cracker Barrel to go from 2025 to 1914. I ain't never asked for this.
In fact, Cracker Barrel is saying in a statement this morning, we said we would listen, and we have. Our new logo is going away, and our old timer will remain. They continued on that as a proud American institution, our 70,000 hardworking employees look forward to welcoming you to our table soon. And guys,
I don't know, man. Honestly, to be honest with you, I think that updated logos have always been a thing. It's only this woke culture. And I got to be objective enough to actually say my thoughts. And I was communicating this on the Millionaire Morning Show when it first dropped, I think last week, that Cracker Barrel's logo and all of that. And I'll do another show tomorrow to break down and go into it and deep dive exactly what this means. But for me, most stocks are up and down. And when you start to talk about retail stocks, to see people or the stock price actually tanking as a result of changing the logo is pretty interesting to me because it shows that, woke culture still hasn't really gone away, whether you look at it from a conservative side or you want to look at it from a liberal side. And the fact that people were so broken about the logo itself when nothing else outside of the logo, which companies update the logo, auto manufacturers update their logo, Porsche updates its logo, like most companies at some point update the logo, Cadillac updated their logo, so on and so forth. And people had a huge fallout from it. Honestly, it just turned into true, really free publicity so that Cracker Barrel, because I wasn't even thinking about it, Cracker Barrel got in people's minds again. But I don't think that it was really that big of a deal. None of it was anything that I was going to make a big deal about. I've probably been to Cracker Barrel maybe 4 times in my entire life, and all of them was as a result of like a road trip that I was coming back from or going on with family, and somebody said, "Hey,
Yeah, that's the only time I really been to like Cracker Barrel when I was out of town or something. But they ain't the first place I choose.
let's stop at Cracker Barrel." The logo was never anything under consideration. I do think that they still need to go through with the rebrand of the stores itself. A lot of people that were complaining, they only complaining because, in my opinion, they only heard it from a bunch of other people so that they can complaining. So it's kind of a Me Too culture that people participate in because everybody wants to have some vested interest in whether or not things are too woke or they too liberal. Simplifying the logo, I think that they should still use both, but they should just say that they're going back to the original. Seeing an old man on a barrel, I don't think that that made any difference whether or not people were going to go in there. I think that the bigger problem that Cracker Barrel is experiencing is that they have an aging clientele base that is growing older and they are dying off, and so they're trying to reach a new customer base. Which, if I would have known that they was going back to the new logo or the old logo, then I probably would have deep dove. And I told people on the Millionaire Morning Show, unfortunately for me, I only do long term investing. I don't do any short term investing, even though you may get some short term profits. You could have made $100,000 off of it going down and then it going back up as far as the stock price. Because if I'd have known they was just going to switch back to the old logo, then I probably would have bought it on a dip. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of this, in my opinion, just seems like free branding, market manipulation. You know that people are going to talk about it when you go online or you go on these Good Morning America, you do an interview, people start deep diving into the background. You talk about a loss of $100 million in valuation. Eventually that all comes back or whatever. The bigger question is, what is getting people to go into the restaurant, or what would get people to go into the restaurant? Because prior to them even announcing the logo change, they had you know the sales
now with big changes at a restaurant chain that is an American staple. Cracker Barrel is renovating its locations, but many loyal customers say the change is removing what makes the restaurant such a great dining experience and taking to social media to voice their complaints. Well, join us now exclusively to talk about this is the CEO of Cracker Barrel, Julie Masino. Julie, thank you so much for joining us here on GMA. I want you to tell us about the redesign of Cracker Barrel and some of your response to the criticism.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here. And if I can, I want to give a quick shout out to the 70,000 team members who bring the Cracker Barrel brand to life for our guests every single day. So to the remodels. I think what's important is that we are listening to our guests. We're doing this all for them. What they've said is they love the new seating. We're adding in booths, making the chairs more comfortable, putting in new lighting, brightening up the paint color. But what's important is things that people love about Cracker Barrel. The soul of Cracker Barrel is not changing. The rocking chairs are still there. The fireplace is there. The peg game, all the things that make Cracker Barrel, the vintage decor, it's still there and it's working. The results affirm that we're headed in the right direction.
And this is part of a multi-year transformation of the chain. What else can the customers expect to change?
Yeah, well, remember, the heart and soul of Cracker Barrel is going to stay the same. And so today we're actually launching a new campaign called All the More, which really highlights how people feel about Cracker Barrel. It's bigger than just a meal. We've got a retail shop. You're going to get great country hospitality with our scratch-made food in our restaurants, and that's really what this campaign celebrates. So we've enlisted a little bit of help from a guy named Jordan Davis. Maybe you've heard of him. He's got a new single and album out, and he's in our ad and is the voice of it as well. And it really, again, just highlights those things that make Cracker Barrel Cracker Barrel.
Is the food changing?
The food, well, here's what I'll say about that. Innovation has proven to be really great at Cracker Barrel. People are loving our new menu items. We're reinvigorating our dinner menu. We've got a new herb roasted chicken that is so delicious that launches today. It's like the chicken you would make, Michael, if you were at home making a chicken. Juicy, crisp skin, a nice little sauce that comes with it. But we're also
Let black people be the judge on that chicken. Let's see if that chicken really juicy. Let's see.
they're doing some things that our guests love, like bringing back Uncle Hershel's favorite. It's back today in all of our restaurants. So the things that you love at Cracker Barrel are still going to be.
Okay, Uncle Hershel. All right. We hear you now.